The vast emptiness of the lunar landscape stretched before Hyun Park like an endless canvas of grey and silver. His spacecraft, the Celestial Horizon, hummed quietly behind him, its advanced cooling systems working overtime to combat the brutal temperature fluctuations. He had been tracking something unusual for the past 6 hours, a faint biosignature that seemed to flicker between existence and complete disappearance. Hyun's fingers danced across his wrist-mounted holographic display, rotating complex data, streams that revealed fragments of information. The signature wasn't human, wasn't standard Earth-mapped alien classification, and definitely wasn't natural planetary interference. Something was out there, struggling to survive. His exploration suit, a marvel of modern engineering, adjusted its internal temperature with microscopic precision. Each step across the moon's uneven terrain created small dust clouds that sparkled like diamond fragments under the distant starlight. The suit's augmented reality interface highlighted potential geological risks: micro-fissures, radiation hotspots, and unstable mineral formations. Suddenly, a low-frequency pulse rippled through his communication systems. It wasn't a standard distress signal, but something more primal, a biological echo of desperation. Hyun had heard similar frequencies during his xenobiological training, but never this pure, this raw. The landscape around him seemed to breathe with an alien rhythm, massive rock formations twisted into impossible shapes carved by centuries of cosmic winds and micrometeorite impacts. Each boulder appeared like a silent sentinel, holding secrets from millennia of cosmic silence. His drone companion, a compact spherical robot named Cairo, hovered beside him, its advanced sensors scanning the environment. Cairo's blue holographic eyes shifted colors rapidly, from calm blue to an urgent amber, indicating something was definitely unusual about this location. "Cairo, enhance Sector 7 Delta," Hyun commanded softly. The drone's holographic interface projected a detailed 3D map, revealing minute heat signatures hidden beneath what seemed like solid rock. Something was definitely alive down there, something that didn't match any known biological classification in Earth's extensive xenological databases. Hyun remembered his training at the Interstellar Exploration Academy. They had prepared him for countless scenarios: hostile alien encounters, extreme environmental challenges, unexpected planetary phenomena. But this felt different. This felt personal. The biosignature pulsed again, weaker this time. Whatever was sending the signal was losing strength rapidly. Hyun knew he had limited time to investigate and potentially conduct a rescue. Cairo suddenly projected a warning hologram. Radiation levels were spiking in an unusual pattern. The moon's seemingly dead surface was revealing layers of complexity that no previous expedition had ever documented. Something was definitely not normal about this location. As Hyun moved closer, his suit's advanced sensors began picking up trace elements that didn't belong in standard lunar composition: rare metallic compounds, unknown molecular structures, and energy signatures that seemed to defy current scientific understanding. The silence was periodically interrupted by Cairo's mechanical chirps and the soft whirring of his suit's internal systems. Each step brought him closer to the mysterious signal, each moment increasing the potential for an extraordinary discovery. In the distance, the celestial horizon stood like a guardian, its sleek titanium composite hull reflecting starlight. Backup. Systems were constantly monitoring Hyun's vital signs, ready to initiate emergency protocols at the slightest hint of danger. Something moved beneath the rocky surface. A subtle shift, almost imperceptible, but definitely present. Hyun's heart. Rate increased microscopically, a response tracked instantly by his suit's biometric systems. "Prepare initial contact protocols," he whispered to Cairo, who immediately began calibrating translation matrices and defensive shield generators. The moon's surface was about to reveal a secret that would challenge everything humanity understood about life beyond Earth. And Hyun Park was standing right at the threshold of that revelation, as dust swirled around his boots and distant starlight painted the landscape in ethereal silver. One thought echoed in his mind. Whatever was sending that signal, it was waiting to be found, waiting to be understood, and he was going to find out exactly what it was. End of part 1. The communication console erupted with a burst of static, then transformed into something extraordinary. Jae Kim leaned forward, his eyes locked onto the rapidly changing frequency patterns. What had moments ago been random noise was now revealing itself as a structured communication signal. Cairo, the spherical drone, began rapid computational analysis. Its holographic interface flickered with complex mathematical equations, breaking down the alien transmission into potential linguistic patterns. The signal wasn't just noise, it was a message, desperate and fragmented. Jae's hands moved with practiced precision across the holographic controls. Years of training at the Interstellar Communication Institute had prepared him for unusual scenarios, but nothing quite like this. The transmission contained molecular vibration patterns that suggested a form of communication far more advanced than traditional radio waves. The spacecraft's quantum communication array began resonating, picking up subtle nuances in the signal. Fragments of information suggested a living entity, not human, not previously documented in any known galactic database. Each millisecond revealed another layer of complexity. Translate primary frequency, Jae commanded Cairo, the drone's holographic eye pulsed with an intense blue light. Mathematical algorithms danced across its surface, breaking down linguistic structures that defied conventional understanding. Slowly a pattern emerged, coordinates, biological data, and something that resembled a distress call. Outside the spacecraft's reinforced windows, the lunar landscape stretched like a silent, silver canvas. Distant starlight created moving shadows across rocky formations, giving the environment an almost breathing quality. The moon, once considered a dead celestial body, now seemed alive with hidden mysteries. Jae's communication suit began collecting additional data. Microscopic sensors, woven into the fabric, captured electromagnetic variations, tracking the alien signal's origin point. Something was definitely trying to communicate, something intelligent, desperate, and potentially dangerous. Cairo projected a 3D holographic map, highlighting the signal's precise location. The transmission point was approximately 2.7 kilometers from Hyun's current position on the lunar surface. Depth analysis suggested the signal was coming from beneath multiple layers of rock and compressed geological formations. Biological composition analysis, Jae whispered. The drone's systems began a complex scanning process. Molecular structures typically associated with living organisms began appearing, but these were unlike anything in Earth's extensive xenobiological records. Strange protein configurations, unusual energy signatures, and molecular bonds that seemed to defy traditional scientific understanding. A sudden surge of energy caused the spacecraft's internal systems to momentarily flicker. The alien signal was growing stronger, more intentional. It wasn't random anymore, it was deliberate communication. Jae's training kicked in. He initiated first contact protocols, preparing translation matrices and establishing secure communication channels. Whatever was sending this signal was intelligent and potentially vulnerable. The transmission contained what seemed like geographical data, biochemical information, and something that resembled a plea. Not just a standard distress signal, but a complex communication suggesting advanced cognitive capabilities. Cairo began constructing potential communication scenarios. Its quantum processing unit worked faster than any human brain could comprehend, breaking down linguistic barriers and creating potential communication frameworks. Hyun's biosignature appeared on the communication grid. He was getting closer to the transmission's origin point. Two explorers, connected by a mysterious alien signal, about to potentially make a groundbreaking discovery. The lunar landscape outside seemed to hold its breath. Starlight danced across rocky formations, creating an almost mystical environment. Something significant was about to happen, a moment that could potentially change humanity's understanding of life beyond Earth. Jae's hands hovered over the communication controls. Years of training, countless simulations and extensive research had prepared him for this moment. First contact wasn't just a scientific procedure, it was a potential bridge between completely different forms of intelligent life. The alien signal pulsed again, stronger this time. A message, a plea, a connection waiting to be understood, and Jae Kim was ready to listen. End of Part 2. The research laboratory buzzed with controlled chaos. Specialized equipment hummed, holographic displays flickered with complex data streams, and teams of scientists moved with purposeful intensity. Jae Kim stood at the center, surrounded by cutting-edge hydration transfer technology that looked more like advanced alien engineering than standard human equipment. His latest prototype, the Xenobiological Adaptive Hydration System, YAHS, represented months of intense research and countless failed experiments. Unlike traditional medical equipment, this system could potentially bridge the physiological gaps between completely different biological structures. The suit itself was a marvel of human engineering. Nanofiber technology, woven into every centimeter, allowed instantaneous molecular adaptation. Microscopic sensors could analyze and adjust to unknown biological compositions in microseconds. Each component had been designed with one critical goal: survival and potential communication. Cairo hovered nearby, processing millions of potential scenarios. The drone's holographic interface displayed complex molecular structures, potential physiological challenges, and survival probability matrices. Its quantum processing unit calculated risks faster than any human brain could comprehend. Primary hydration transfer mechanism, Jay muttered, adjusting a delicate molecular calibration device, needs absolute precision. Surrounding equipment included custom-designed molecular transfer modules, advanced radiation shielding, and emergency biological stabilization systems. Each piece of equipment represented humanity's most advanced technological achievements, tools designed to interact with potentially unknown life forms. The laboratory's senior xenobiological expert, Dr. Park Sung-ho, reviewed final equipment, calibrations. His weathered hands moved across holographic interfaces with practiced precision. Decades of research had prepared him for moments like these, potential first contact scenarios that could redefine human understanding of life. The hydration transfer system must account for potential cellular differences, Dr. Park explained, his voice carrying decades of scientific wisdom. We're not just transferring water, we're potentially bridging completely different biological frameworks. Jay's suit contained multiple emergency protocols. Adaptive cooling systems could rapidly adjust to extreme temperature variations. Molecular reconstruction capabilities could potentially repair minor biological damages. Radiation absorption technologies provided additional protection against unknown environmental challenges. Outside the laboratory's reinforced windows, massive spacecraft preparation platforms hummed with energy. Specialized exploration vehicles were being loaded, each designed to handle potentially extreme planetary conditions. Robotic support units moved with precise mechanical efficiency, preparing for a mission that could change human history. Cairo projected potential mission scenarios. Each holographic representation showed multiple potential outcomes, from successful first contact to catastrophic biological incompatibility. The drone's advanced predictive algorithms considered thousands of variables every second. Probability of successful biological interaction, Jay requested. The holographic display shifted, showing complex mathematical equations and probability matrices. Current calculations suggested a 62.4% chance of potential successful interaction, with a 37.6% risk of critical failure. Specialized medical containment units stood ready. Designed to handle unknown biological entities, these mobile laboratories could instantly analyze, contain, and potentially treat any unexpected physiological responses. Multiple layers of protective technologies ensured maximum safety for both potential alien life and human explorers. Jay's personal communication device received a final mission briefing. Earth's Interstellar Exploration Command had approved the experimental mission, understanding the potential scientific breakthrough. Years of research, Billions in funding and humanity's collective curiosity converged on this single moment. The hydration transfer system represented more than technological achievement. It symbolized humanity's fundamental belief in understanding, in reaching out to potentially unknown forms of life. Each calibration, each molecular adjustment, carried the hope of peaceful first contact. Dr. Park placed a supportive hand on Jay's shoulder. "Remember," he said softly, "we're not just exploring space. We're expanding the very definition of life itself." Kiro's holographic eye pulsed with an intense blue light, a signal of readiness, of potential. The drone seemed to understand the mission's profound significance, its quantum processors capturing the moment's emotional and scientific weight. The lunar landscape waited outside, silent, mysterious, holding secrets that could potentially redefine humanity's understanding of existence. J. Kim was ready. Humanity was ready. End of Part 3. The lunar surface trembled beneath Jay's specialized exploration vehicle. Massive drill-like mechanisms cut through layers of compressed rock, guided by Kiro's precise navigational systems. Each centimeter revealed new geological mysteries, hidden layers of an alien world waiting to be understood. Suddenly, the vehicle's sensors detected a massive cavity beneath the surface. The holographic display flickered with an intense blue light, revealing a complex, underground structure that defied natural geological formation. Something was definitely not random about this location. Jay's communication suit began picking up intense biological readings. Faint but persistent, the signal suggested a living entity trapped deep within the lunar underground. The molecular composition was unlike anything in Earth's biological databases, a completely unknown life form struggling to survive. Kiro activated advanced scanning protocols. Microscopic robotic probes extended from the vehicle's exterior, penetrating the rocky terrain with laser-precise accuracy. Each probe carried complex sensory equipment capable of analyzing molecular structures, radiation levels, and potential life signs. The drill mechanism suddenly encountered an unexpected resistance. Not solid rock, but something more complex. A potentially artificial barrier constructed from materials unknown to human science. Jay's heart raced with anticipation. "Adaptive drilling sequence," he commanded. The vehicle's systems responded instantly. Nanotechnological drill bits began recalibrating, adjusting molecular frequencies to penetrate the mysterious barrier. Each rotation revealed more about the complex structure surrounding them. Holographic displays showed fragmentary images of what lay beneath. Hints of metallic structures, unusual energy signatures, and something that resembled a biological containment unit. Whatever was down there had been deliberately hidden, protected from external environmental challenges. Kiro projected a 3D reconstruction of the underground space. The drone's quantum processors worked faster than human perception, creating complex models that suggested an advanced technological infrastructure. This was no natural formation. This was something deliberately constructed. Jay's specialized hydration transfer system hummed with potential energy. The equipment he had spent months developing was about to face its ultimate test. Bridging potentially incompatible biological structures required precision beyond traditional medical understanding. The vehicle's external sensors detected movement, faint, almost imperceptible but definitely present. Something was alive down there, something that had been waiting, surviving against impossible odds. With a precise mechanical sound, the final layer of rocky terrain gave way. Massive hydraulic mechanisms created an opening, flooding the underground space with carefully controlled environmental parameters. Specialized lighting systems revealed a scene that defied imagination. A creature lay partially trapped within a damaged protective structure. Its biological composition suggested an evolutionary path completely different from Earth-based life forms. Crystalline-like external structures, unusual molecular configurations, and an internal energy system that seemed to pulse with an almost intelligent rhythm. Kiro immediately began comprehensive biological analysis. Molecular scanners worked over time, creating detailed maps of the creature's physiological structure. The drone's holographic interface displayed complex data streams, revealing the intricate details of a completely unknown life form. Jay's training kicked in. Years of xenobiological research had prepared him for potential first contact scenarios, but nothing could have truly prepared him for this moment. The creature seemed both fragile and incredibly complex, a living testament to the universe's infinite possibilities. The hydration transfer system activated. Microscopic molecular bridges began establishing initial contact, carefully introducing stabilizing compounds that could potentially support the alien cellular structure. Each nanosecond represented a delicate dance of scientific precision and potential breakthrough. Slowly, almost imperceptibly, the creature began showing signs of stabilization. Its unusual cellular structure started responding to the carefully calibrated molecular interventions. What had moments ago been a potentially dying life form was now showing signs of recovery. Kiro projected potential communication matrices. The drone's advanced systems began constructing linguistic frameworks, attempting to establish a basic communication channel with the newly discovered life form. The lunar landscape outside remained silent, holding its breath. Stars watched through the vehicle's reinforced windows, witnesses to a moment that could potentially redefine humanity's understanding of life itself. Jay Kim had done more than conduct a rescue. He had opened a door to an entirely new understanding of existence. End of Part 4. The medical observation chamber hummed with a soft, controlled energy. Specialized containment units surrounded the rescued alien, each designed to maintain a delicate balance between observation and potential communication. Jay Kim watched through reinforced transparent barriers, his heart racing with a mixture of scientific curiosity and profound wonder. The creature, now designated as Kree by the research team, showed remarkable recovery capabilities. Its crystalline, external structure seemed to pulse with an inner light, responding to the carefully administered molecular treatments. What had initially appeared to be a dying life form was now revealing layers of complexity that challenged everything humanity understood about biological survival. Dr. Park Sung-ho approached the observation station, his weathered hands carefully manipulating holographic data streams. "Cellular regeneration is unlike anything we've ever documented," he muttered, more to himself than to Jay. Kiro hovered nearby, its quantum processors working overtime. The drone's holographic interface displayed complex molecular interactions, tracking every minute change in Kree's biological composition. Millions of calculations occurred every second, creating increasingly sophisticated models of the alien's physiological structure. Specialized communication modules began detecting unusual energy patterns. It wasn't traditional communication as humans understood it. No sound, no visible language. Instead, a complex series of molecular vibrations that suggested an entirely different form of information exchange. The research facility buzzed with controlled excitement. Teams of xenobiologists, communication specialists, and advanced technological experts worked in carefully coordinated shifts. Each moment brought new discoveries, new challenges to existing scientific understanding. Jay noticed something extraordinary happening. Kree's cellular structure began producing intricate energy patterns that seemed to interact with the surrounding environment. It was as if the creature was simultaneously healing and communicating, two processes so deeply interconnected that they became indistinguishable. "Molecular communication increasing," Cairo announced, its holographic voice calm and precise. The containment chamber's advanced sensors captured increasingly complex data. What had started as a simple rescue mission was transforming into potentially the most significant first contact scenario in human history. Each molecular interaction told a story of survival, of adaptation, of life existing in forms humanity had never imagined possible. Dr. Park approached Jay, placing a supportive hand on his shoulder. "You've done more than rescue a life," he said, softly. "You've opened a window to an entirely new understanding of existence." Holographic displays around the chamber began showing increasingly complex patterns. The communication modules detected something resembling emotional states, not human emotions, but equally complex molecular responses that suggested a profound form of consciousness. Kiro projected potential communication scenarios. The drone's advanced systems were constructing linguistic frameworks that went far beyond traditional language. These were molecular conversations, information exchanges that occurred at a cellular level. The research facility's external communication systems began receiving unusual energy transmissions. Something was happening, a form of communication, that extended beyond the physical boundaries of the medical observation chamber. Jay watched in awe as Kree's cellular structure began creating intricate energy patterns. It was beautiful, terrifying, and completely beyond current scientific understanding. Each moment revealed another layer of an alien consciousness that defied traditional definitions of life. "We're witnessing something extraordinary," Dr. Park whispered. The lunar landscape outside seemed to hold its breath. Distant starlight created an almost mystical backdrop to this moment of profound discovery. Humanity stood at the threshold of understanding life in its most fundamental, most extraordinary form. Kiro's holographic eye pulsed with an intense blue light, a signal of recognition, of potential, of a connection being established between two completely different forms of intelligent life. Kree's cellular structure began to stabilize completely. The initial desperate signal that had brought Jay to this moment now seemed like a distant memory. What remained was a profound connection, a bridge between two entirely different forms of existence. The research team watched in collective wonder. This was more than a scientific breakthrough. This was a moment that would redefine humanity's understanding of life, of consciousness, of the infinite possibilities that existed beyond human perception. Jay Kim had done more than conduct a rescue. He had opened a door to an entirely new universe of understanding. End of Part 5.